Okay, so welcome colleagues, good morning. For those who don't know me, my name, and yes, I like skiing, it's me, Pere Comas. So first of all, thanks very much, Ramon, for inviting me. It has been a real pleasure. Yeah, sorry, better here. To be here again, I had prepared a bit the speech, but I'm a bit overwhelmed by the pictures and meeting people that I haven't met for 25 years, so really, really great. But anyway, time is pressing, as Enrique was saying, so I'll start with the presentation. Here I'm just mentioning where I was. My professional career started in Central Cálculo Sabadell, so before joining IFAE, after my degree in physics. So I joined IFAE as system manager. I'll tell you more what I did in IFAE in the next slide. Then before getting a fellow at CERN, I was some months in AIA. Vicens is still there and he will explain to you what they're doing there, very interesting things. And then once I came back from CERN in 1996, I joined Deutsche Bank, and I've been always in the group. I will tell you now what I'm doing. I'm now responsible for an infrastructure outsourcing contract with IBM. It's a contract which is, well, I'll tell you a bit on detail laterwards, but I have to be in Germany every other week, so I'm traveling a lot. I mentioned as well, it's had here, the logo, because as a physicist, I wanted to understand what is the theory behind the business. So I did an MBA in ESADE in 2002, and now I'm working and I'm collaborating as a tutor as well in ESADE. So what did I do in IFAE? So as said, I started as system manager, replacing Andreu. He moved to the Central Cálculo of the Autónoma, and I had two trainees, and then I had the time to do the PhD. My thesis advisor was Manel. You saw this in one of the slides before. So we analyzed the angular distribution of the Baba scattering at LEP. Like Gael, don't ask me the details, will be hard for me to remember. But also important, and thanks Enrique for mentioning this, Falcon was born here in IFAE, and I was involved as well, part of the Falcon team with Manuel and Andreu, and this was really key for me to then get a fellowship at CERN, because I was the Julia manager. Julia was the reconstruction program of the experiment and was running in Falcon. So Julia also is the name of the author of the code, but stands also for Job to Understand Lab Interactions in Aleph. What I did as well at CERN was physics, obviously electroweak group. I did the thesis and lab was electroweak. But also Ramon convinced me to join him in this adventure of the linear collider E plus E minus physics. We had fun and some interesting trips in Italy. Finally, and also important for me in my future career, is what I did with the WWW group. So the World Wide Web, as you all know, was invented at CERN. So I was joining that group, and what we did at the time was to add links into the Julia code, so hyperlinks, so you are able to navigate through the code. So now in it seemed rather simple, but I can tell you in 1996 was really cool and was pretty advanced, that you were able to click on the routines or names of the variables, and you could see all the details. So that was really good. And this was then opening the door to me to when I came back to join Deutsche Bank Group, as I mentioned. So I started first as project manager on internet banking, thanks to the knowledge I had on let's say, World Wide Web. And then I stayed for some time on the application development space, other projects as well. And then this unit was sold to GFT, so I spent some 2 years there as senior account manager. But then in February 2003, the bank decided to do an complete outsourcing of the infrastructure to IBM. The scope was all the countries where the bank was present as retail banking, so it was including Germany, seven countries. So about 1,000 people of DB moved to IBM, and they created a small retained organization in the bank to manage this outsourcing. So I started in February 2003 back to Deutsche Bank Group managing the contract for Spain. And then Portugal, and now since 2015, so for 2 years, I'm now the relationship owner of the contract. So it's a big contract. We are paying IBM around 200 million euros a year for this. And this just so that you know what IBM is doing. So in the technology scope or technology stack, you can see they are providing data centers. They are providing the hardware. We have over 4,000 mid-range servers, mainframes, storage. And then they are operating the operating system and the middleware. The last layer is on the bank. They are developing the applications. So what is really then my job and the job of my team? So I'm always explaining this as we are hands-off. We don't have admin access to the servers. It's fully managed by IBM. We are brain-on. We are just managing the vendor with SLAs, service level agreements. And then together with IBM, we are shaping the future. I mean, things or concepts you've heard about cloud or platform as a service or DevOps, we are doing together. I was asked to also mention what I think I learned in IFAE that has helped me in my professional career. I'm happy to see that with Gabriel, we see that one of them is there. But first, in my case, IT knowledge. Certainly, I was coming from Fender Calculated. I learned there a lot of Bugs VMS that was helping me as system manager here. But also what I learned in Falcon and at CERN was really helping me. Again, I mentioned World Wide Web. Second, and this is where I think I have to insist, if I was opening my eyes, I spent during the 2 years in IFAE, the 2 summers at CERN. So this was open my eyes, and then working now at CERN. CERN is a fully global company. We have 4 hubs, New York, London, Frankfurt, Singapore, so multicultural company, and having this experience has helped me a lot. And finally, also I'm mentioning this ability that we have the physicists on mathematical models and math skills. Example is in this contract, IBM, we are paying, it's a pay-per-use contract, so it's not a fixed amount that we pay, and then I was helping to develop this model. And finally, last but not least, when preparing this slide, I came across this picture. It's the IFAE team in December 1992. Yeah, the quality is not good. It's not a digital camera at the time, but still I think it's interesting. First, because I think it's one of the first pictures of the team, of the IFAE team with the families, right? So it's the first time the families are here. But second, because I think that most of the people at the starting of IFAE are here. Well, probably I don't need the pointer to see we have Enrique and Martin, the first director. Now we have also Ramon and Luisa, the current director, but we can see also Manel, Salva, Vicens, Andreu, Manuel, and then Luis, all the team, and also then the juniors coming up, Cristobal, Mohtar, and Federico. But guess what? When I was looking at this, I said, come on, but someone is missing here. It's me, I'm not there. So the reason is obviously because I was taking the picture, but my wife, Marce, and my son, Albert, the one in front, just confirmed that I was also part of the starting team. So thanks very much, and congratulations, IFAE.